the stuff dreams are made of.
Speaking Football.
Hello and welcome to episode number 93 of Speaking Football. Thank you to everyone out there joining Rubén and I in the studio here in Madrid for the next hour and listening to us from wherever you are in the world. Those of you joining us on Twitch, feel free to write to us in the comments and ask us anything you like about football, the news, shampoo, anything you want to talk to us about. Whatever you want, you can talk to us about that. We'll try to answer you as best we can. Now, if you listen to us on the radio, welcome, and remember that if you enjoyed listening to Richard Balgan live over the last hour, you can hear more from Richard on his show La Hora Extra, which is on directly after this show, so please stick around. Lots of interesting things to talk about on today's programme. In a few minutes we'll be leaving England and travelling to France, a strange place of France for an English football show, but we'll explain why in a minute. We're going there for our footballing cliché of the day. And later on, Rubén and I will be challenging each other to see if we can get some very complicated footballing expressions, footballing phrases, and you've realised my worst pesadilla, my worst nightmare today, because we're going to Chile, I believe, which is the worst.
We're going to go to Chile.
Which for me is the hardest Spanish of all the Spanish things. So we're going to be doing that in our latest section that we like to call Juego de Palabras, Play on Words. So stick around and see how well you do. First though, let's begin the programme, as always, by revealing the identity of last week's mystery player.
Yes. Mystery player.
Okay, we're going to reveal the identity of last week's mystery player. Rubén, you can kick us off with clue number one.
Clue number one, he played in Spain, Germany and Mexico.
Very good, yes. And we have to issue a little apology because we said last week United States as well. He didn't actually play in the United States. He played in Spain, Germany and Mexico. So apologies for that. Clue number two, he was lesionado. He was injured by Goicoechea. He was one of the 2,000 people that were injured.
Everybody in the north of Spain, all of them.
In north of Spain, south of Spain, middle of Spain, the west and the east of Spain, and probably outside of Spain as well. Lots of people were injured by Andoni was his first name, no? Andoni Goicoechea, the butcher of Bilbao, is one English journalist called him. Injured a lot of people, and our mystery player was one of these people who was injured by Goicoechea. Clue number three, Rubén.
He never played in a World Cup.
Very interesting. Probably one of the best players to have never played in a World Cup in terms of his success. He's probably up there with like George Best and Ryan Giggs.
You have to do a lineup of players, great players that has never played in a World Cup. I'm sure that this player is going to be there.
That's it. Yeah, definitely would be up there with George Best, Ryan Giggs, in that team of guys that have never played at a World Cup. And John McGinn as well, obviously, currently, yeah. And Andy Robertson as well. But we'll be there this year, guys. Scotland are going to qualify for the World Cup this year. Clue number four, he's managed in Spain, Germany, Ukraine, Turkey and China. So he's a bit of a journeyman as far as his managerial career is concerned. Bit of a journeyman.
A polemic journeyman.
Yeah, a controversial.
Yeah.
We can say polemic, but a polemic is the sustantivo, it's the noun, like controversy. So you could say he's a controversial journeyman. Absolutely. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And clue number five, Rubén.
He won the Spanish Copa del Rey with 3 different teams.
Yeah, so
and that's not easy.
Not easy. He's like the Clarence Seedorf of the Copa del Rey. He's won it with 3 different teams. Very good. Who was our mystery player this week, Rubén?
Our mystery player was Bernd Schuster.
Very good, Bernd Schuster. And we've got a wee photo of him. You notice in Scotland we say a wee photo. If we want to say ito or ita, we say wee. So for example, a wee beer is a cervecita.
Sí.
Yeah, like, I don't know, how would you say a wee coffee? Cafecito? Or
Sí, un cafelito.
Cafelito, yeah.
Cafelito.
We would say a wee coffee. Doesn't matter about the size, it could be really big, but we'll still say a wee coffee or a wee beer. So we have a wee photo here of Bernd Schuster with my countryman, I believe that's Steve Archibald on the left-hand side as well. Brilliant haircuts, the two of them. Absolutely fantastic hairstyles. Really, really good. Well, our winners, first of all.
Yeah, of course. For example, han acertado esta semana Román Bayón, David Costa Rosa, Jaquim Just, Antonio Mengual Miralles, Daniel Martín Castillo, un clásico, Asier Antelo, CBP y David Mon Díaz, que nos manda un GIF en el que dice, no hace falta decir nada más.
Oh, is this a famous phrase of Bernd Schuster? with hace written with an S. No hace falta.
No hace falta
decir.
decir nada más.
Brilliant. There's also a comment from Jose Ramon in Laval du Choc. Tommy, this week seems easy, but I'm not 100% sure. I've been thinking of Bernd Schuster, but I can't find that he played in the US. That was a little mistake that we made. Sometimes we make small mistakes. Anyhow, I did my very best. Thank you for your words in last week's programme. You're welcome, Jose Ramon. Thank you for writing into this. It was indeed Bernd Schuster, legend at Barcelona, Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Just looking at his career statistics here, he played 170 games for Barcelona in about 8 years, 1980 until 1988. Scored 63 goals for them. Then he did the unthinkable, impensable. He did the unthinkable, went to Real Madrid, played 61 games for them, scored 13 goals. And then he played for Atletico Madrid, 85 games for them and 11 goals. I think he won the Copa del Rey when Jesus Gil was the president or the chairman of Atletico Madrid.
And he scored a free kick.
He scored a free kick in that final. Very good. Excellent memory. What a memory he's got. It's unbelievable. I remember watching the HBO documentary about it, but I don't remember the day or anything like that. Tremendous knowledge. Now, this word, we spoke about this last week. A word in Spanish that fascinates me that we use in football is díscolo. Díscolo. Can you explain what this word díscolo means?
Alguien díscolo es alguien controvertido. Alguien que generará cierta dificultad dentro del equipo, con un carácter fuerte.
Un carácter fuerte, a strong character.
Strong character.
Yeah, that's a way to say he's a bit problematic. I would probably say a problematic player, a troublesome player, we could say as well.
Un jugador problemático.
Problemático, yeah. Troublesome, so we can say trouble, like problema, yeah. Troublesome, and that's an adjective to describe somebody who's problematic.
Troublesome.
He's a troublesome player. He causes trouble. He causes controversy. And I think the origins of this word have to be Greek, griego. It has to be Greek because my great-grandfather was from Cyprus. He was Chypriota. He was Cypriot. And my grandfather speaks Greek. And I remember him teaching me that if you want to say el griego es difícil, es complicado, Greek is difficult, you say Elinika ina dískola. Dískola. So dískolo is difficult in Greek, and dískola is the feminine of that. So a difficult player, a difficult person, I think it has to come from this word, this Greek word, dískolo. But yeah, un jugador dískolo, a problematic player, a troublesome player, something like that.
Sí, de hecho, Schuster, cuando fue la final de la Copa de Europa contra el Steaua de Bucarest en el Barcelona, fue sustituido y no se quedó al final.
Oh, he didn't stay to the end of the match.
And was the reason why. Next year,
the reason why he left.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that happened as well in, wasn't quite the same thing, but in Nottingham Forest, when Nottingham Forest won the European Cup the first time, one of their best players, a Scottish player, Archie Gemmell, his name was, he was one of the best players in the team, and the manager, Brian Clough, didn't start him. No fue titular. He wasn't a starter for the match. And he was very angry, and he never played for the team again. Never played for them again. And they won the European Cup again after that. So you just have to keep your calm if you don't play in these games, you know? But maybe it's easier said than done. His wife was a bit problematic as well. His wife was famous, Schuster's wife, or his ex-wife, no?
Yeah.
He was famous for being a little bit, speaking in the press, criticizing people.
That's common that is common in German players, because I remember Bodo Illner's wife too.
Oh yeah, was a bit problematic too. I don't know. I don't know. I think that there are always, the press love these stories. Victoria Beckham was always in the news as well, but I think she's actually quite a quiet person. It sounds strange, but the press here loved the fact that she was insulting Spanish gastronomy and things like that. She said, España huele a ajo.
Smell garlic.
Yeah, España smells of garlic, that kind of thing.
I think he's intelligent.
Yeah.
Because he's been in the top of the wave for a lot of years.
Very good, yeah, top of the wave, the crest of the wave, we can say as well.
En español decimos algo igual, estar en la cresta de la ola.
La cresta de la ola, yeah, to be on the crest of the wave. That's a beautiful expression. Yeah. Very, very poetic. Excellent. Well, that's our mystery player from last week. Now, we're going to move on to the first section of today's programme, which is, of course, our football cliché of the day.
They started in the front foot when you're under the cosh,
You're not at the races.
Having no chances to put the game to bed.
Cliché of the day.
Very good. I was trying to figure out who the three people in the audio are. I believe it's John McGinn, Roy Keane, and I think the third one is Mikel Arteta. And he says to put the game to bed, which means like acabar it, like sort of, how would you say that? To put a game to bed, like to finish a game, to score a decisive goal. You know, like
Sí, marcar un gol decisivo.
yeah, marcar el gol decisivo para like
Sí.
acabar, you know, like to
Sí.
finish the game sort of thing. That's to put the game to bed, is what we would say. And I believe the third person in our little intro there is Mikel Arteta. Now, our cliche of the day, for today's cliche of the day, we've decided to leave England and we're going to head to France, where Lionel Messi is once again firing on all cylinders. I love this cliche.
Firing on all cylinders. Es como quemando todos los cilindros.
Cilindros, yes.
Es como dar lo máximo, ¿no?
Yeah, so I use this, I actually do use this as well, and I think it's probably, I don't like to say that I use footballing cliches, but I quite like this expression, to be firing on all cylinders. You hear players using it, you hear managers using it, journalists using it. If you think of the cylinders of like of an engine, okay, like would you say cilindros? Or,
Sí, decimos cilindros de un motor.
that's it. Well, cylinders in an engine. If it's firing on all cylinders, it just means that the engine's working really well. It's working super well. I don't know, like probably in Spanish.
Como dar todo tu potencial, ¿no?
That's it. Jugar a tu máximo
nivel.
nivel. Basically, that to play at your highest level, to be firing on all cylinders. I'll give you a couple of examples. If you read, go to Google just now, right? Type in Lionel Messi cylinders, and you will see people writing about his time at PSG, and they'll be saying he's not been firing on all cylinders. Yeah. No está jugando a su máximo nivel. No está a tope. You know, he's not at this best level kind of thing. And it's really, really interesting.
Yeah, but you know how Messi plays. You know that the way that he plays is not running the whole match. It's common to see Messi walking around the pitch.
And I remember that at Barcelona, just in the last 2 seasons at Barcelona, people were criticising Messi. They're saying, "Look, he's walking. He's always walking. He's always done that. That's part. He's not like Wayne Rooney. You know, he's not like Wayne Rooney, bang up and down, up and down."
If you're walking and you don't score, you're going to have problem next day. But if you are walking and then when you receive the first ball, you put it in the top corner, you are not going to have that problem.
That's it, yeah. And you're an easy target, you know, the blanco perfecto. You're an easy target or a scapegoat. Have you heard that expression, scapegoat? I believe you say the
Cabeza
head,
de turco.
yeah, the head of a Turk. No, you say in Spanish.
Cabeza de turco.
Cabeza de turco. In French, they say bouc émissaire, which is closer to the English. Bouc is like a chèvre, is a goat, a cabra. So a scapegoat is like somebody that you can blame easily. So Messi was a scapegoat because he wasn't running very much. Because when he wasn't firing on all cylinders, you think, who's guilty? Who's culpable here? Who's guilty? And you point to the guy that's not running. However, he is once again firing on all cylinders in Paris. This article that we see from Marca explains that, well, puts it down to, it explains that the reason that he's firing on all cylinders now is because of a tactical change at PSG that has activated him. So the tactical change at PSG that has activated Messi. Can you remember from the article what the tactical change was, Rubén? It was something about playing with more freedom. How would you say that in English? He has a free role, un papel libre, is what we say in English.
Sí, diríamos algo parecido. Digamos, tiene movimiento libre, tiene libertad de movimientos.
Libertad de movimiento, yeah, freedom of movement is what you could say. Yeah, so he's free to move. We would say in English to play in a free role, literally un papel libre, yeah, un papel de libertad. He's playing in a free role, R-O-L-E. So now that he's playing in a free role, I think that's when Messi's at his best because he can sort of ir a su bola. He can sort of do his own thing. That's what we would say for ir a tu bola is to do your own thing. You could say
to do your own thing.
Yeah, cats do their own thing.
Yes.
You know, van a su bola. Cats do their own thing. I don't know if they say that in Latin America. Do they say that va a su bola in Latin America, or is that a Spanish thing?
No lo sé. Seguramente es español, muy español.
It
Ir a tu
sounds-
bola es muy español.
Sounds very, very Spanish. So yeah.
Sí.
But we would say, literally in English, hace su propia cosa. He does his own thing for va a su bola. Very, very good. Okay, really, really excellent. Now, it's once again that time of the week where Rubén and I test each other's skill as linguists, as language learners, with a little game that we call Play on Words.
Play on Words.
Now, my worst nightmares, mi peor pesadilla, has been realised today because we're going to the country that I'm most scared about of all the Spanish countries, Spanish-speaking countries, hispanohablantes. All the Spanish-speaking countries, the country I'm most scared about is Chile, honestly. And I think even for you guys, no? Even for Spanish speakers from Spain, Chile is like really difficult for you to understand. When a Chilean person speaks Spanish, it's not
¿Sí?
normal Spanish. I think it's quite
¿Sí?
complicated.
Bueno, I only met a Chilean
Chilean person?
in my life.
Just one person?
Yeah, only
Oh,
one.
interesting.
And it wasn't too difficult.
No?
No. She was a woman, and well, I don't remember that, but I'm going to check it out if I have the opportunity.
People, or at least on the internet and things like that, honestly, they say, no, Chilean is the worst thing, and people that I talk to say it's the most difficult accent. I have to say when Pellegrini talks, I think it's quite complicated. Alexis Sanchez as well.
Yeah.
Seen a few interviews with him, and it's true. Like,
No, I
for me,
remember
it's
about
difficult.
people, more Chilean people. I don't have that feeling.
Okay, yeah, and the vocabulary
No.
as well. I had a student. His name was Jose Ramon as well. It's not the same guy that writes into us. It was a different guy. He's from Madrid, big Atletico supporter, and he lived in Santiago de Chile for a few years. And he said that his first meeting, there was a confusion between the word luego and like ahorita. So apparently in Chile, luego means something different. It means like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, like, I can't remember exactly what it means. It means a reverse, basically. And there was
¿Sí?
a great confusion in the
Si
first
dices
meeting.
luego es ahora mismo, y si dices ahora es más
I
adelante.
think you have to say ahorita or something like that. Any Chileans listening, write into us here because I'm a little bit confused about it. But yeah, he either stood up to leave the meeting at the wrong point, or everybody else stood up and left him, and he was sitting. He was like, "What's going on?" But that was his first
Wow.
day, and he's a native Spanish speaker. He's from like Fuenlabrada or something. Obviously speaks Spanish natively, but Chile was a step too far. So I wonder if Chile is going to be a step too far for me today.
Yeah.
Do you want to test me out first on the?
Or whatever you prefer. I have a Spanish one and a Chilean one. What do you prefer first?
Go easy on me. Start with Spain.
Spain.
Start
okay.
with Spain.
Okay, we are going to start with a Spanish word. Okay.
Very good.
Easy. Is zaguero. That's easy.
Zaguero.
That's very easy, in my opinion.
Zaguero. Okay. Now, in Spanish, you say zigzag. In the same way that we say zigzag.
No tiene nada que ver, pero sí.
No
Decimos
tiene nada
zigzag.
que ver. Muy bien. Doesn't have anything to do with it. Okay, but I'll go down this.
Viene de zaga.
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 Okay.
Zaga es una cosa y el zaguero está relacionado con que forma parte de la zaga.
Okay. What is a zaga? Could you explain to me in English what a zaga is?
Pues, bueno, digamos en el concepto futbolístico no se utilizaría tanto zaga, pero zaguero sí se usa mucho,
Mhm.
¿vale? Y el zaguero, pues, el zaguero es un jugador contundente.
Ah.
Esa es la frase. El zaguero es un jugador contundente.
Contundente.
Nacho lo sabe. Nacho lo sabe. Mira cómo hace con la cabeza. Hace con la
Nacho
cabeza de
knows.
arriba abajo, así como diciendo, esto lo sé yo.
Of course, we're in Spain. Contundente, like como un plato contundente, like como
Bueno,
lentejas,
eso es otra.
like lentils.
Si tú eres contundente, you are a guy que no hace... No, te hace otra expresión de una expresión de otra expresión.
Okay.
No haces prisioneros.
You don't take prisoners.
Otra expresión.
You don't take prisoners.
No haces prisioneros.
Oh, okay. Like Graham Souness or Roy Keane or someone like that.
Roy Keane no es un zaguero.
We would say
Wow.
we would say of Roy Keane.
No es un zaguero.
Okay, that's
You
interesting.
can tell me 3 players and I'm going to tell you if they are zagueros.
Okay, so Roy Keane's not one.
No
Okay.
Roy Keane, no.
Okay, did I get 3
Pero
more?
es contundente, pero no es zaguero.
Okay, contundente. Tony Cross.
No es zaguero.
Damn it. Clarence Seedorf.
No es zaguero.
Okay. I see I've used 2 midfielders now. That was stupid. Ronaldo Nazario.
No es zaguero.
Ah, Jesus.
My God. I'm going to tell you one.
Okay.
Sergio Ramos.
you would say is
Es
contundente.
contundente.
Zaguero.
Puede ser un zaguero no contundente, pero normalmente, si you are a good zaguero, you must be contundente.
See, I use contundente in the sense of like complete. For example, las lentejas, okay, lentils are are contundente. You
Sí.
know, es un plato contundente.
Contundente.
Yeah, it's like we would say hearty. Would it mean like no, definitely not. That was stupid. That's I'm going down a. I'll teach you another expression. To go down a blind alley. Okay, alley's like callejón and blind is ciego. So to go down a blind alley is like entrar en un callejón sin salida. Okay,
Va, sí.
I always go into blind alleys in this game where I say maybe zigzag. Zigzag. Maybe it's a dribble. You know, I'm terrible. I'm very bad at this game. Okay, right. Ramos, contundente. Is it something to do with bravery? You're brave. You're valiente. You're brave.
You must do it.
Okay,
You
you
must do
need
it.
to be brave.
Yeah. You have to be strong. It's better to be tall. It's important that if you want to be a zaguero.
Is it a good header of the ball? Cabeceador.
Yeah, they used to be. They
So
used to be.
they're usually good.
For example, if you play in the midfield, you don't need to be very tall, like you can play. If you are a zaguero, you should do it. Especially if I'm going to give you a very good clue.
Okay.
But then I'm going to tell you another sentence.
Okay. Okay.
Necesitamos un zaguero.
A strong player. A strong player, like
Yeah,
a
strong
sort of
better.
a match winner. Like a match winner.
No.
I would say like
And
somebody,
this is the easy one.
a leader.
You could be a leader or not.
See, I'm getting lots of things right. I think I'm due at least half a point here.
I'm going to tell you
I'm getting lots of things right.
The most easy clue I'm going to give it to you. It's a position.
So a defender.
Yeah,
Really?
a defender. Yes. Un zaguero.
Thank you.
Un zaguero, digamos que es la zaga, es la parte posterior de ciertas cosas y especialmente en un grupo de personas. Eso sería un zaguero.
Okay, so you're like, could you use zaga in a sentence to describe
La
like?
zaga viene de términos militares, de atrás, la parte de atrás, de tal.
So
Es la zaga, el zaguero es el último
right.
de una formación militar, pues el zaguero es un defensor.
So I would say it's like rear guard in the military sense. Rear guard, we would say rear guard.
Claro.
Rear can also mean your culo. Mean your bottom as well. You could say he's got a big rear. It means he's got a big bottom. But yeah, like so the sort of the rear guard, yeah, a defender. Okay, zaguero. God, that's actually ringing a bell now. I think I've seen that before.
Yeah, sí,
But yeah.
se dice mucho en la televisión, ¿eh?
Zaguero.
You heard a Spanish commentator, they're going to talk about zaguero like a synonym of defender.
Yeah, that's it. Jeez, there we go. Well, I got a point. Well, maybe 0.75. I don't know, something like that. But somewhere between half a point and a full point. Okay. I think we've got just a bit of time before the break. If not, we can go in after the break. I'm going to start with a good one here, which is... to skin
someone.
Okay.
Skin someone. Skin es la piel.
Or pellejo as well.
La piel, el pellejo de alguien. Aquí decimos dejarse el pellejo, es como jugársela mucho.
Yeah, dejarse la piel as well, you say, no? Like
Sí, dejarse la piel, puedes decir... sí, hay muchas expresiones con
like in the
pieles.
song with Mikel Erenchun, nos dejamos la piel o para ser arconada.
Sí, de una canción.
Cuando nos cambió la voz. It's a song by Mikel
Cuando nos cambió
Erenchun.
la voz.
So like, okay, so you think it's something to do with that?
Podría ser algo así apelativo, pero I am going to ask for a sentence.
Okay, right, okay. Messi skins a lot of players. Messi's good at skinning players.
Yeah, I think I know it.
My clues are too big.
I think I know it. It's going to be a synonym of dribble?
You're basically on the right line, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're almost there.
Yeah, ahí está.
Yeah, to dribble. It's not...
So if you are
I want more. Quiero
if you are
más.
in the
I want more.
stadium, you are looking for a player and you want that dribble and say, come on, skin it, skin him.
Well, it's usually used in quite a pejorative thing, not pejorative, but like a negative thing. You say, hey, you're talking to your defender. He skinned you 4 times. Okay.
Skin you 4 times.
Literally, despejado, what would you say? Like,
Yeah.
Is that the verb despejar? Yeah, he's literally skinned you 4 times. Like it's what you do to a rabbit as well. When you take the skin off and then you cook it. Okay. But yeah, so he's skinned you 4 times. I'm going to give Rubén a point there.
Yeah, a point.
Yeah, give it to him.
1-1.
1-1. This is getting interesting.
It's a draw. It's a draw.
It's a draw for the moment, but I'm feeling pretty confident about Chile all of a sudden. I got Zaguero. I'm going to get the 2nd point. I believe
you are going to love
in myself.
the Chilean word.
I'm sure I am. Okay, we're going to go for a quick break now. Join us again in a couple of minutes where I will be testing my Chilean vocabulary. And we're back. We were just having a little cultural chat about the history of languages. We probably should have left it, but another day we'll do an entire program about the history of language in general because it's really fascinating subject. We're gonna go right on to our next challenge. Which is we're going to Chile. Okay. Any Chileans or anybody that knows about Chile, write to us in the comments or on Twitter because we're very keen, we're very eager to hear what you have to say.
We have a Chilean word. And this one is una pichanga.
Pichanga.
¿Qué es una pichanga?
Pichanga.
Y no te voy a dar frases. I'm not going to give you any sentence, but you can tell me 3 different countries in Ibero-America, and I can tell you the name of this word in
the country. That's an amazing. What a talent this man has. He's got all these things in here. I think you had to learn all of the countries, and today you completed it because you were talking to a Venezuelan guy.
You can say Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Bolivia, Venezuela, Argentina. Pues you can say Brazil because Ibero-America. You can say Brazil. You can say Spain too.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want.
Okay, right. Well, I'm going to go with Spain last, but let's start with... We've got a lot of Argentinian fans, so let's start with Argentina.
Okay.
How do you say this word in Argentina?
In Argentina, you can say 2 things. Fulbito, o en el noroeste puedes decir picado.
Picado. Nacho's nodding, but he doesn't look sure. I think he knows.
Nacho.
Picado. Is it picado? No. Oh, that's a picada. Something like in Catalonia when they're making food, they have I think it's called a picada, and it's like they mix little things and then you add it at the end of the food. If you're making a guiso, if you're making a stew, they say una picada. We've heard that. But
eso no es.
What did you say it was? Sorry, give me the 2 words again. In Argentina?
In Argentina, fulbito. O picado.
Okay.
Venga.
It's not helpful.
You can say another country.
Okay, picada, fulbito. Okay, fulbito, no idea. Okay, let's go for... Not going to go for Uruguay. That'll be probably the same as Argentina. Let's go for... Let's go for Venezuela. No, Colombia. Let's go for Colombia.
In Colombia, you can say cotejo, pique, y también en algunos sitios se usa picado. Picado es la más extendida en Latinoamérica.
Okay. Now, picado... Right, okay, well,
Y banquitas también puede ser en Colombia.
Banquitas?
Banquitas también.
From...
Cotejo, banquitas, pique... Y picado también se usa. Picado se usa en Colombia, Paraguay, Bolivia, Chile, en noroeste de Argentina y Uruguay.
I had a feeling it was going to be quite similar because it's so close. It's a bit like Ireland and Scotland almost.
Mira, Nacho hace como que sabe también.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it.
Nacho lo sabe.
And he's not gonna help me out with any examples. Right, let's go to Spain for the last clue. Well, what do you say in Spain for this word?
Spain dices muy parecido a Chile. Si Chile decimos pichanga, en España se dice pachanga.
Okay, I know. I know this. Yeah. But I would never have guessed from the other ones. I would have thought that it was like something to do with aggression or something like that, pique, that kind of thing. But it's not. I believe pachanga. Right. I'm in a WhatsApp group of guys from Asturias. No joke. I'm in a WhatsApp group and it's called, I can't remember what it's called, Pachangas Occidentales or something like that. It's called.
Wow.
So Pachangas, and it's a group where guys organise games of football.
Yes.
So I believe, am I getting a point there? Am I on the right track? Yeah, it's like a kickabout, a game of football. Like a 5-a-side, something like fútbol 5, fútbol 7.
Sí, podríamos decir que es un partido informal.
Un juego entre amigos.
Un juego informal. Todo muy bien. Bueno, ya que aprovecho para deciros cómo se dice en los diferentes lugares de,
So happy.
de Latinoamérica
Sorry, continue.
Iberoamérica. En El Salvador dicen mascón o masconeada. En Colombia, cotejo, pique. En México, cascarita. En Guatemala, chamusca. En Honduras, potra. En Costa Rica, mejenga. En España, pachanga. En Brasil, pelada. Y en Venezuela, que lo he descubierto esta mañana, caimanera.
Caimanera. That's beautiful. I think Venezuelan Spanish is really nice. It's just really nice. It's like nice to your ears when they speak. It's really good. What did you say the Mexican one was? Cascarita.
Cascarita.
Like cascara, like a
Jugamos
shell.
una cascarita.
Yeah, cascarita.
Cascarita es partido entre aficionados que de forma informal juegan.
In English, we would say kickabout. Kickabout, to have a kickabout.
Is it a five-a-side?
Five-a-side's a kickabout, I would say. Or if you're just going down the park, it's a kickabout. In fact, in Scotland, when I was a little boy, I was 4 or 5 years old when I started playing football, and I went to a club with guys from my school that was called Kickaboot, okay? Because in Scotland we say ooh instead of out.
Kickabout.
Kickaboot. So that was my first football experience was at Kickaboot. So it literally is like pachanguita. Sort
Pachanguita.
of thing.
No, en serio, es muy sorprendente que haya evolucionado tan diferente en los diferentes lugares.
Such
En
variety, isn't it?
Iberoamérica, ¿eh?
Such variety. It's really, really incredible. Yeah. But I like the Venezuelan one the best. Can you tell me it again?
Caimanera.
Caimanera. It sounds very, very fun, very poetic.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
A mí me dicen que si vamos a una caimanera y estoy pensando que van a atacar a animales salvajes más que jugar al fútbol.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Hey, ¿quieres una caimanera? Y yo, no, casi.
It's a bit ambiguous, I think. Maybe a bit ambiguo, a bit ambiguous. Really good. Okay, listen. I'm not losing this week. The worst case scenario, guys and girls, the worst case scenario is that I'm going to get a draw. I'll be a little upset if I don't win this week, and I'm not. No, I'm going to give him a clue here, and he's going to get it. I think it's what's going to happen for this next one, which is
To have had it.
to have had it.
Oh my
Okay.
God, es el verbo tener.
It's muy ambiguo. It's very ambiguous because to have had it.
Es tenerlo. I have had it. Es tenerlo. ¿Lo tiene o no lo tiene?
I've had it. No, it's not tenerlo.
Tell me a sentence. Tell me a sentence.
If I give you a sentence, it's to right. Okay, we use it for different contexts, right? I'm going to talk to you about how we use this in English. To have had it, it suggests that something is not of much use. Okay, for example, imagine you've got a pair of shoes and you've had them for like 3 years. Okay, and you've got holes in the shoes and the laces are broken and they're just generally they're not in very good shape. You'd say those shoes have had it. Yeah, my shoes have had it. Means they've had it. Sort of like they've had their life and they should be killed. Kind of thing. They should be
But
put in the bin.
this expression is about football in a way.
Yeah, so that's just another chance that we would use it. But I would say, for example, right, I'll give you a big clue, okay? Because I'm feeling generous today. Levante have had it. They've had it this season. They've absolutely had it.
Oh my God.
They've had it.
It is very difficult.
Because it's strange because it is one of these sort of typical situations in English where it's just a normal verb, but it means such a completely different thing. Lo ha tenido is literally what we say. El Levante lo ha tenido is what we say for this expression, which que no tiene ningún sentido en castellano. It doesn't make any sense.
So you can translate it anyway.
They've had it. Yeah, I could translate it if you
So
want me to.
you can say, for example, you are saying that you use this sentence.
Yeah.
You mean that you had something in the past that you are not having right now? I'm not going to know.
No,
it.
you're getting.
It's not possible
You're
to know
getting
it.
very far away from the meaning here. I'm going to try and help you a little bit more. Right, okay. So talk to me about the situation of Levante, right?
Yeah, Levante is not in the best moment right now.
Okay, they're not in the best moment. Okay, are they going to stay up? Are they going to stay in La Liga, do you think?
Not now. Maybe because Campaña is injured again.
Yeah, Campaña. Exactly. They're going through managers very quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, like papas, like crisps. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay,
Yeah.
they're going through managers very quickly. They're not going to stay up. They've got no chance. They've had it.
Okay.
They've had it. They're finished. Se acabó. Okay, that's the translation. Se acabó.
Ponme un
basically.
punto negativo, Nacho. Yo no entiendo esto.
So, do you understand? Like when we say it, it was like, oh, se acabó. They've had it. Yeah. Your
It's over. It's
over.
over.
It's done. There's
done.
no chance.
no
They've
opportunity.
absolutely had it. You know, like for example, imagine you're playing a game as well, right? You're losing 5 or 6-0,
Yeah.
and it's like
Say.
it's the 80th minute. Yeah,
Is it?
5 or 6-0. We've had it.
You have it.
We've absolutely had it today.
No idea about
Yeah.
it. No
but,
idea.
but you can use it for other things. Okay, imagine you've got an old.
But
pair-
I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it in the program.
use it all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Yeah?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can do it.
We're going to use it.
yeah, that's it.
I had it.
I've had it. Yeah,
No?
Well, you're done. You're
You're
finished.
done. I finished.
He's gonna se jubila mañana. He's gonna retire tomorrow.
I'm going to say
okay?
I had it.
He's absolutely had it. Yeah, it's a really, really excellent expression. It's one of my favorite in English. But yeah, you can use it for other things. Okay, you've got an old pair of shoes or your laptop. Va mal. Your laptop's terrible. My laptop.
My laptop had it.
Yeah, my laptop's had it.
They have to change the battery.
Yeah. Okay. I bought a new laptop in December because my old one had it. Okay.
So you had it. No?
That's the pluscuamperfecto. That's the
okay,
perfect.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
My old
Okay.
laptop had it, so I bought a new one. Okay. Levante, I've had it.
Levante
Okay?
had it.
That's it. Okay, right. We're going a little bit. We're a little bit pressed for time, but I've won this week, so I'm over the moon. Estoy flipando en colores. I'm over the moon.
over the moon.
I'm very, very happy. We're going to move on to our next section, our last section of the day, which is when we look at what's been happening in the world of football in the news, and that means that it's time for this week's press review.
Press review.
Let's go. Okay, it's our press review. Lots and lots of things have been happening this week. Let's start close to home. We're going to look at what's happened at Atletico. Title in the Independent newspaper, New Atletico Madrid signing, fichaje. New Atletico Madrid signing suffers knee injury after Diego Simeone forced him back onto the pitch against Barcelona. Okay, this is Vas that they signed from Valencia, the Danish player.
The Danish player.
Yep. And what happened? He was a little bit injured,
Yeah.
and then Simeone, didn't believe him.
Well, I suppose Simeone wasn't happy with Bas in the match.
Yeah,
I think so. And he was very nervous, and he wants to try to come back.
yeah.
But really, it was very difficult because
No.
it was at the end of the match, and they are losing 4-2.
They were losing 4-2. Exactly. There was no point.
Yeah, but I think it's frustrating for Simeone because Simeone has very bad result in Liga in Nou Camp.
It's true. I mean, we remember the successful moments, but generally speaking, it's been quite a negative.
Not
place.
in Champions League, because Champions League won 2 eliminatories against Barcelona, but
Yeah.
in Liga is not having a good results.
No, the only good one I remember is when they won the league there, but that was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Really, it was quite a long time ago. So very frustrating day for them. Lots of good vocabulary here. I was talking to some students about this verb lesionarse in English. Now, so the title of the newspaper, they've said they suffer an injury. Yeah, suffers a knee injury. Sufrir is literally what we say. But it gets a little bit complicated in English if you want to say se lesionó la rodilla, se lesionó whatever. We have to use a structure which is to injure plus the body part. Okay? So, for example, se lesionó la rodilla. He injured, past tense, he injured his leg.
Always with possessive pronoun.
Always with a possessive. He injured his leg, like su rodilla is what we say. So he injured his leg. How would you say, Rubén? Me lesioné, I don't know, la pierna, for example.
I injured my leg.
Very good. I injured my leg. Okay, so we use the possessive for that. If you just want to say lesionarse, punto, we say to get injured. To get injured. Se lesionó en el partido. Ella se lesionó en el partido.
She got injured.
Very good. She got injured in the game. Yeah, she got injured. So to suffer an injury, that's very poetic, very sort of journalistic. To get injured, lesionarse, punto, and to injure plus body part with the possessive is to lesionarse algo. So he injured his leg, he injured his head, he injured his finger, whatever. Okay? Whatever. Yeah, that's it. Very good. Number 2, I like this one. Dele Alli has been in the news. He's a new signing for Everton from Tottenham. The title is I don't care what he wears. Frank Lampard hits back at Dele Alli criticism. Okay, to hit back is like contestar, responder, this kind of idea. Now, I'll give you a bit of background to this story. Is that in the presentation of the football players in England, it's not as formal as in Spain. In Spain, the presentation is what happens. They go to the stadium.
Yeah.
They juggle the ball.
You can do 2 around the world.
Yeah.
That's very
They do. Yeah, they
cool.
do the. How do you say around the world?
Around the world, when you take the ball and you move the ball around your leg.
Exactly. How do you say that in Spanish?
No, we don't have a word for that.
Hacer un around the world.
Around the world es cuando pasas la pelota por encima, pasas la pierna por debajo y lo vuelves a coger.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Esto es lo que decimos nosotros con around the world.
That's it. Yeah, around the world. Yeah,
around the world.
Ronaldinho used to do it all the time in his tricks. So that's normally what happens in Spain, but in England it's much more informal. So at half time in this game, in Everton's last game, Dele Alli and Donny van de Beek, they came on at half time and they basically just waved to people. They're not wearing the kit, they're not wearing the shirt or anything. They wear their normal clothes and a scarf. And an English player, a former English player called Glenn Hoddle, criticised Dele Alli for his clothes. It is true, he's wearing some very unusual clothes. You can see
very casual.
Yeah, very casual, but he's wearing like a hat and things and a really big jacket and things. And I don't know exactly what Glenn Hoddle said, but he said, that's ridiculous that he's wearing these like stupid clothes and things like that. And Frank Lampard, his manager, has come out and defended him, and he used some interesting vocabulary. He says that he's talking about the modern world, that's the way the modern world is, that's the way modern fashion is, and we have to move on. I like this expression, to move on. I believe in Spanish you say to turn the page, no? Pasar página.
Pasar página.
To move on is what we say in English.
Move
to
on.
Do that. Yeah.
Okay.
For example,
we have to move on.
Yeah. Some guy.
Pasar página,
Yeah.
¿no?
A guy breaks up with his girlfriend or something, or somebody breaks up with their partner.
And you can give your advice. You have to move on.
Move on,
mate.
Move on, mate. Exactly. You have to move on. Okay. So Frank Lampard has told Glenn Hoddle, the pundit, the tertuliano, the pundit, listen, that's the way modern fashion is. You have to move on. Okay. We're not going to be wearing. He was a player in the 1970s and 80s. We're not going to wear. Is it campanas? Flares. We're not wearing flares anymore. Okay. You have to move on to the year 2022 with the fashion. Footballers are quite famous for having bad fashion sometimes, aren't they? Bad haircuts and bad fashion. Can you think of anybody that has had a really bad haircut or a bad fashion? I can think of one or two.
Well, you never know. For example, I've always thought that when you have an special haircut, it's because you want to be different and everybody look at you. I think it's not a bad decision.
No.
In the same way, for example, there are a lot of players, especially in basketball. They have very long beards,
yeah.
And that's the reason why to be more old, to be respect.
Yeah.
Because you go with your face like the bottom of a baby. Nobody's going to respect you.
No, exactly. Well, yeah, that's interesting. In a lot of cultures, probably the Western culture too. If you have a beard, it means that you can be respected. In fact, this is nothing to do with football, but Ho Chi Minh, the Vietnamese leader during the war, he had a kind of a public relations team who said to him, "Listen, you should grow your beard longer because in Vietnam, people respect older people a lot more than younger people, so he grew his beard longer."
Yeah.
But I think that's an extreme version. But I think in our culture as well, if you have a beard, it's like, ooh, he knows he's an intelligent man. But yeah, some haircuts are terrible. I remember Ronaldo Nazario at the World Cup, for example, the little thing he had here. Raul de Tomas a few years ago had an absolute shocking haircut. It was really terrible. So yeah,
talking about Ronaldo and that stuff.
That thing.
That's the most awful scene I've ever seen.
That's the worst haircut I've seen in football. I think that's got to be up there with the worst haircuts. David Beckham had a few shockers.
No, but David Beckham was a stylish guy, no?
Stylish. Look at some of the haircuts he had.
Yeah, I forgot who was talking with me.
Yeah. No, I'm not a big fan of some of his haircuts. Very quickly on to the next one. We're going to Barcelona for this one. Xavi urges fans not to boo Dembélé. Okay.
Abuchear. To boo. Me encanta lo onomatopeico que es el inglés a veces.
That's it. Boo.
To boo.
Yeah.
Es abuchear.
Abuchear, yeah.
Don't
Abuchear.
boo us.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Don't boo Dembélé.
Yeah, don't boo Dembélé, exactly. Yeah, so this is the thing that because of the controversy and the sort of problems of Dembélé at the club, some of the Barca fans are booing. And how would you say silbar in
Whistle, no?
whistle? Very
Whistle
good.
4.
Exactly, whistle for, yeah. Well, I would actually just say to whistle a player. You whistle for a penalty, like pitar un penalti, but you whistle someone, like, and
And you can say blow too. When you want to
you blow the
blow
whistle, the referee
a
blows the
penalty.
whistle. Yeah, exactly. The referee blows for a penalty. But if it's like a player and it's a negative thing, you're wanting to let him know that you're not happy, or her know that you're not happy, you would say to whistle somebody. You wouldn't say to like blow at somebody or anything.
And for example, when you blow someone in order to reclaim the attention, it's very common to say,
he whistled.
Whistled too,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, he whistled. He
Better.
whistled somebody. Yeah, that's it.
we know whistle, we can use it for everything.
That's it. Well, this is a really interesting thing, but in Spain, fans of normally the two big teams, Barca and Real Madrid, often whistle their players if they're not happy with the situation. I think it's really different to English football.
And I want to talk about urge.
Urge, yes.
Es
Tell
un,
me.
es un false friend. Porque nosotros diríamos urge.
Urge.
Urge. Me urge que me hagas esto, tengo prisa. Pero aquí es algo como
like,
instar a, ¿no?
Yeah.
Xavi insta a los fans que no piten a Dembélé. Como instar a.
Yeah, like...
No le urge nada, no tiene prisa.
It's like encourage almost, like motivar, sort of pedir. In this
¿no?
case, it's
Insta,
pedir.
pide a.
Yeah, yeah.
Be careful, if you see URGE, no tiene ninguna prisa.
That's
en
it.
inglés quieren instar algo.
That's it. Very good point. Yeah, yeah, to urge somebody to do
Es
it.
que me gusta advertir a la gente sobre los false friends.
That's it. Oh, they're
Siempre son
están en
peligrosos.
todas partes. Yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Very good. Yeah, to urge somebody not to do something is to sort of ask somebody to not do something. Very good. And the very last one, just for a minute before we go into the mystery player, Manchester United haven't scored a corner for a year. Unbelievable. 1 entire year. For a team like Manchester United to not have scored a corner, that is seriously
But is not
unbelievable.
Maguire playing in Manchester United?
He's not having a good season at all. He's yeah.
Yeah, but
They've got big players.
If I remember something from him,
Yeah.
is that
He's big.
he's big.
Yeah, Varane too.
And heading
Yeah.
the ball in corners.
Yeah. He's great at heading the ball at corners. They've got Varane there.
They had to try it with De Gea.
There,
Come on.
like
Let's
Chilavert.
try it. Let's try it.
Like Chilavert.
Yeah.
I would pay
At
good
least
money.
it's tall.
The Premier League is very expensive for a ticket, but I would pay good money to see David De Gea do a Chilavert and go for a header. I think it would be fantastic. But yeah, Ronaldo's there as well.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And in the news article, they talk about this barren goal run. So barren is like yermo, like dry, seco. It's
vale.
like you've got like
Seco.
a barren.
O sea, tienen una sequía de goles.
That's
¿no?
it, sequía de goles is what we say, yeah, like una racha sin marcar. So a barren goal run. The title is something like Rangnick is confused by Manchester United's barren goal run. And he says that they're toothless in attack.
Eso es que te faltan dientes.
Te faltan dientes.
Decís que te faltan dientes cuando alguien no mete goles.
Yeah.
Como una carencia, ¿no?
Yeah. Real Madrid without Benzema are a bit toothless, okay? It's como un león sin dientes, like a lion without teeth. Yeah, it's like a toothless lion sort of thing. So Manchester United appear to be toothless in general when it comes
Bueno, nosotros
to
decimos falta de mordiente, cuando le falta ser incisivo, pero
That's it.
esto es directamente que no...
No, it just means that they're not dangerous. If you think of a lion without... Well, a lion is quite dangerous even without his teeth. But you know what I mean. Something that if you don't have your teeth, you can't bite. And that's the image. So you could say that Manchester United are toothless from corners. You could say from that as well. Very, very good. Okay, now we don't have too much time left. So we're going to finish the programme, as always, by giving the clues for next week's Mystery Player.
Mystery Player.
Okay, you can kick us off with clue number 1, Rubén.
He played in Spain, France, Russia and Portugal.
Very good. Yeah, Spain, France, Russia, and Portugal. Yes, yeah, stupidly on the script I wrote Portugal twice. So Spain, France, Russia, and Portugal. Bit of a journeyman. Clue number 2. He had several famous altercations. I was trying to translate the word pique.
Pique, ¿no?
Yeah,
Piques.
because Rubén sent me the clues by email before the class, and I think pique. Now that's a difficult one to translate. You could say fights, but that makes me think of like punching.
Yeah.
It's a bit too strong. So I would say altercations with somebody. Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's very famous. How do you say? Slap on the back of your neck.
slap in the back of your neck, the nuca.
Colleja.
Ah,
Una
okay.
colleja.
The back of the neck's more like the nuca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sí,
so
sí.
that's it. So of
Una colleja es eso.
Yeah, that's it.
Claro.
Okay. So he had several famous altercations with Gelminia, this player. So it's a very, very big clue. Clue number 3, Rubén.
He was the sporting director of Marbella.
Yeah, the sporting director deportivo of Marbella. This was a difficult one to translate. He's considered to be Celta Vigo's greatest ever player alongside, like junto con, alongside Iago Aspas. So it's not Iago Aspas. Any Celta fans, I can think of one or two that follow us. You'll definitely know who this is if you're a Celta fan. So he's considered to be Celta Vigo's greatest ever player alongside Iago Aspas. Those of us joining us on Twitch can see the photo with the cover in the face. And lastly, Rubén, the clue?
Like you can see in the picture, he played one game for Alaves and scored one goal.
Very good. I think we've got a few Alaves fans among our followers and things like that as well. So if you think you know the answer, of course, write to us in at Twitter at speak_football_ and let us know who you think the mystery player is. Thanks to those of you joining us on Twitch and on the radio. And stick around for Richard Vaughan in a few minutes with La Hora Extra. Thank you for joining us as always, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.